To battle, packmates, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates. I'm Commodore Tarek of the new heavy cruiser Burning Claws. We continue our campaign against the Hydran Star Kingdom, and last time, or was it the time before, we captured the planet of 09 and are currently using it as our primary base of operations. This brand new planet has served to be a weapons depot, a shipyard, and a whole bunch of other things, but that means we must now turn our attention to the station of 1/9. This station, of course, threatening our very hold on this planet. So, with a quick check through, make sure that we're fully kitted out and ready to rock, we will set out into space and try and smash the station. That's not working, so let's try this one. Can we attach another planet? 2 planets for the price of 1. It's an asteroid base assault, an excellent place that we can begin. And let's launch this invasion right away. And increase speed and red alert as of course let the slow charging expanding sphere generator begin to boot up its power. We are not being escorted by anybody today. It is just us and our lonesome. Luckily we're actually pretty decent at this kind of mission, even though we've never done it before. And the reason is because we actually have a pretty decent amount of disruptor banks on board. We've got 8 of them, which means we can kind of sit at long range and plink away. Now granted, this will probably take a while because it's an asteroid base and it's got a lot of armor on board, but hey, we might be able to get something done relatively quickly. With any luck at any rate. So let us scan around and let's increase the speed time. We're going to zip on over here. We're not going to go any faster. Main reason, of course, being that it takes forever for the expanding sphere generators to actually charge up. And they are ready to go. So let's kick on the speed. We're also going to kick a little bit of point defense. Your frigate. How big of a frigate? That's the question. Are you equipped with all kinds of nasty weapons? Because if you are, then we're going to have a bad day. But if you're not... what I'm really wondering is, do you have fighters? And if so, how many? And wow, that was a nice little incoming shot. I'm going to guess, actually, though, that you don't have fighters. And the reason being because he has a range of 20 and he hasn't launched anything by now. So let's set the expanding sphere generator down to minimum range and kick up the speed. We're going to actually have to catch him just a little bit because he is doing a speed of 20, and I assume he's going to try and outrun us. So let's kick this sucker on. He's going for the speed. He's at 21.3, but I think we've got him on angle. Yeah, you're not going to get away from this one. Shattered. Wonderful. Alright, maximum speed time. Now we just need to cruise on to find the asteroid base somewhere out there. And there it is. So at this point, we should be able to just set the forward shield to being the only thing we're being reinforced at this time. I think we're going to have to go full 6 on the electronic countermeasure. How am I doing on power? I have no additional power right now. We're just charging everything we can into the expanding sphere generator. Let's slow way down so that I can actually get power into this thing. We're probably not going to use it. It's going to take a while for us to actually do anything with it, mainly because it's a point-blank range weapon. And this is a long-range siege attack. Alrighty, so we're slowly building up our point defense at this point. We have 8.5 points of energy. That's not tremendous. But let's engage with disruptors. Because disruptors actually cost no power. That's not entirely true. Disruptors cost 4 points of power, I believe, or is it 2? 3? That's not super important. But the point is that disruptors... charge and hold at the exact same level, so we can just fire all day and not actually have to worry. We're not reducing the amount of energy that we have in the shield by doing this at all. And by sitting in an electronic countermeasure system of 6, we're basically ensuring that he has no way of actually stopping our disruptors from being accurate. Disruptors, of course, are very accurate out to really good ranges. They're one of the most perfect chasing weapons that I can think of in this game. Yeah, you could think of photon torpedoes, but they take longer to fire, so... takes longer in between salvos, which means they're more likely to miss. So with a disruptor, the photon torpedo may average about the same amount of damage, but the disruptor will average damage more consistently simply because it fires more often. And because of that, you can keep enemy shields down, you can keep systems offline, and that's the main advantage that I see them having. So just continue to plink away. Hopefully we'll knock out a couple of systems as we go on. We'll really know when we actually hit something important because he's equipped with 4 phaser 4s and 4 phaser 3s. So the moment we knock out any of those phaser 4s, his BPV will just absolutely drop to the bottom. Almost immediately. It's amazingly fast. Until then, though, we're just going to sit here. No point in using our pseudo-frigates. They'll just get shot at and take damage, and they could die because sometimes the AI does not listen to you, what you're trying to actually tell it. And they'll suicide against this gigantic floating thing. And we can't use the expanding sphere generator. Too close range. Phasers from this range, it's not really worth it. Reason being that I've got 21 points of power. I'd like to keep that power in the forward shield just in case. Probably could start getting closer though. I mean, he's not really penetrating my shields at all. We do have quite a bit of energy in the forward shield, don't we? You only took that down by about 5. Let's kick it up just a little bit. We'll get into a range of about 15, maybe even closer. Let's grab the pamphlet over here. I shouldn't be reaching for things too much. I am still suffering from quite a bit of a back injury, but Let's slowly get on in here. I want the disruptor table on the normal disruptors. 16, 15 will put us at 67% accuracy. So we'll all stop right on here. Although, according to the disruptor table, that same accuracy is also 16 to 22. Huh, interesting. And it does the exact same amount of damage, so basically it's a two sections in the table that are exactly the same. According to this, if we want to get anything better than a 67% accuracy, we'll have to be at a range of 2. Although at a range of 3 to 4, it increases the damage of the disruptor from 3 to 4. So that's pretty interesting. Just continue to blast away. Oh! Managed to open something up on it. Trailing plasma just a little bit. Hopefully we'll continue to knock it down bit by bit until it finally collapses. We can all cackle and go home. This has got to be one of the most boring details that you can possibly get in the entire Lyran Navy. Because you've invented a navy that is entirely designed around the concept of ramming your ship into their ship. And then you get told you need to siege the enemy at long range. Disruptors. Why would you use these? Now, if we had a Mauler, we could actually do this a lot easier because we get relatively close and just blast it with the Mauler. The Mauler does absurd amounts of damage. It can deal up to 2 times the amount of energy that is in the battery. So the Mauler we're currently looking at has a 48 battery, I think, so it'll do 96 damage when we get within a range of like 10 or 5. It's hilariously awesome when you can just fly towards an enemy light cruiser, fire one weapon at it, and it disappears. That's what I'm mainly looking forward to. Of course, that's going to be a little while. It's going to take some time in order to actually get the single-tooth lions, because a dreadnought built around that kind of weapon system is pretty hilarious. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it has fewer disruptors, but a similar phaser armament and the same expanding sphere generator armament, which is the primary goal. That'll set us in a nice flexible position. We'll be able to basically kill it whatever we want. Not dealing as much damage as I would like, game. Ooh, moderate damage. Send a probe. Let's find out exactly what... You've taken out the phaser 3. I don't care about the phaser 3. Gotta be 100% honest with you, crew. If the phaser 3s were, Oh, that got something important. Let's go close. Send a probe. Yeah, he's down to 1. We shall start closing with the enemy. Using only disruptors and, well, eventually phasers. The other fun thing about the disruptors, just the way it fires, just the lots of multiple little pulses. I enjoy it. It's a very aggressive weapon system. Blasting away as it does. I remember when I first played Starfleet Command 1, our graphics card, I think it was a graphics card problem, didn't really work, so all you would see is like 4 little lines that went out. And by the time we actually like upgraded to a better computer that was playing Starfleet Command 1, the demo, then we realized it was kind of like this cloudy green stuff that would fly forward. I don't know what that has anything to do with anything, but I figured I'd share. It's always fun to be playing this game and sharing stories about what happened when I first started playing this game. So very many years ago. Oh, come on, you've got to be almost dead by now. You're just a big rock. By now, I have to have pruned off all of this metal. There should be nothing left. If I get close enough, I might be able to use the ESG before he explodes. Nope, that'll do it. There we go, an asteroid base fully cleared out. Maybe that'll even take the planet. Because that would actually be pretty handy to have 2 planets focusing on the northern territories. Almost makes me think maybe I should have gone for this planet first. Give myself a forward bounding off point. 160 prestige is our reward. The planet did not come to us. It still has a neutral defense of 35. Holy crap. So let's continue to attack multiple locations. A base assault. Oh boy. I'm going to be frank, I don't think we can do this. Mainly because the amount of firepower that star bases tend to come out with. Although we have brought a C9, the Dower Slayer, and an FD7, the Ruthless. Currently squaring off against an LGE Dreadnought, which hopefully won't be all that powerful. Although the LGEs, I don't think they have a super large fighter complement. It's like 8 fighters, isn't it? We can take care of them relatively simply. And then, is it 4 and 4? We'll find out pretty shortly, actually. Let's increase the speed of time. We'll launch a probe as soon as we can. Find out if this is the only thing we're actually dealing with, or if he's got friends. Oh, he's got friends. Yeah, he's got lots of friends. And a big starbase. Okay. So he is equipped with... oh, he's apparently pretty light. Does he have none? Because that would be pretty cool, actually. Let's quickly make sure that we set up... I want to go 4 on the defense, and then a forward shield reinforcement. And you're at a range of 40 at this point. Power. The generators require more... The electronic countermeasure system, or the electronic countermeasure will require quite a bit of influence. So we will put our efforts into that. We're at a range of 30. What can I do with 30 and disruptors? Disruptor, show me disruptors. We have some time while we slowly trundle on in here. Phase 3, disruptor table, it's on the inside. 30 is a 50%, but if I can get it to 22, I go to 67, but hey, we're way closer than that. Yeah, you should be a pretty... Wow, they're both pretty easy to kill. If I can keep both of these ships in relatively good shape, we might be able to hit them pretty hard. I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit risky on this. We're gonna go 0 radius, and we're just gonna hit them like a ton of bricks. Oh, thank you for the anchor right there. So we're gonna pass on through, nail everything we've got into him. Come on, just a little bit closer. Please tell me I get that fully powered shield right there. Oh, he's gonna break through. And didn't do as much damage as I was hoping. Dump a mine, pull away. We are getting hit by the other LGE, but that's not a terrible thing. That, however, could be. So I'd like more phasers available, if at all possible. In fact, I'm going... I want to launch fighters, but I don't want to launch fighters as long as I'm this close to the enemy. You are in pretty bad shape. Can I do anything to you? Not right now, but you've got a lot of firepower that you can direct my way. That's what I was expecting. I was waiting for that hellbore. Figured it was going to come at any moment, and it did. Come on, more phasers? Yes, phasers. That alert, we got to make sure that we don't actually touch it. One of the things we need to keep in mind is the fact that we do not turn well. This ship does not accelerate well. It does not turn well. It doesn't do a lot of things well. But it can blow up the enemy pretty good. Let's see if I can't clear you. Are you coming for me, or are you just going for a general engagement? Okay, there goes the first of the defender ship. The Dreadnought is gone. Any repair work? A little bit, but it's nothing important at this time. I think we deploy. Yeah, we deploy. Let's launch our pseudo-frigates. Oh, looks like I rammed into a mine. So pseudo-frigates on the defense as of now. Wow, you're getting pretty close to that, actually. ESG is about halfway charged, but I don't want to get too close to him right now. Disruptors are ready to go, so let's start spending those. We've got a pretty decent hole in that shield. Well, not a hole, but it's almost gone. And as long as I can stay here, I'm actually pretty happy. There we go. Now we got a hole in the shield. I think I'm gonna go... Yeah, it's a weak one, but it'll reach out and should strip away the shields relatively soon. Yeah, there we go. All our weapons, anything fall up? No, we don't have anything available just yet. And we do want to stay away from his range of under 3. Keep away from the Gatling phasers, if he has any, which doesn't look like he's doing much with them. So we have tank up another ESG, which we'll just pull in a little bit closer and bump him with it. Phasers. Yes, knock down another shield. He's at a 14, and now we'll start to close the distance. Hopefully the ESG actually stays on long enough. This is a skirmishing ESG, it would appear. Not getting close enough to actually do anything. Yeah, he's done for here. Maybe not with this barrage. That missile barrage definitely will do it, though. Let's call them both home. I want them back on board. That way they can rearm, repair, and then we'll be able to head in towards the actual starbase itself. Hopefully the starbase won't be too difficult. Although this will strip it from the territory, which is not great because we'd like to steal it if at all possible. Alright, so the first one is heading on home. Our shields are not in great condition, especially now the forward shield. Oh boy. Hey you, buddy. Come home.
Returning now.
Yeah, return right now. I want you back on board my ship. Or not, okay. How about if you defend me?
Flying defense.
Oh, there it is. Pay attention to that. Here he comes.
Returning to base.
Now return. Get back on board. I just want to send him home just for a little while so he can rearm, repair. You gotta be kidding me. Oh boy. Yep. In case you missed that, attacker ship destroyed. The C-9 Dreadnought just crashed itself into that asteroid. Dear God.
Defending target.
Get back on board right now. It's a base. It's a battle station. Did I stutter?
Defending target.
Defend him, and now come back to me. Because I want you back on board.
Returning now.
You're not actually super well defended. Huh, I can take that. Oh, for God's sake. He's not listening. He's just going for it. Fine, launch everything. Go, kill, attack. Do you have a fighter, or is that just... I think that's disruptor bolts. So we can knock him down. This is not a super well defended station. He's equipped with 4 phaser 4s. What, 2, 4... Yeah, 6 phaser 4s. Or am I missing one? No, just 6 phaser 4s, 2 Hellbores, 3 fusion cannons. The fusion cannons are a bit annoying because it means I won't be able to do too much at close range. The fact these fighters not coming home is really, really annoying me. Luckily, this Klingon ship is well equipped with point defense systems. Yeah, they're gone. So I should be able to smash into you with a ton of bricks, basically. I need the forward shield to a maximum defense. Or are you not just going to charge it? Doing a speed of 30. That's nice. You should be able to pass over me pretty soon. So we should be able to smash through a shield and start causing some damage. That's the hope. Although, whenever I attack starbases, I always get a little bit concerned because the amount of damage that they can deal is pretty huge. And he has launched his missile barrage at this point. Well, there goes that. I tried to call him back. He saw it. But no, he wanted to be a hero. And now he's dead. And he kind of deserves it. That's what you get when you don't listen to your commanding officer. You get into situations where you didn't realize that problems were about to occur, and then you die. Disruptor. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, did we knock out the shield entirely? Not quite, but we got it pretty badly weakened. Okay, so we're going to have to do a quick pass to knock out a shield and then pull away. It's not a great plan, but it's a plan. Oh good, you fired. So, also Disruptor is not yet ready. They'll be about halfway. Use beautiful power. Oh, he cut through my forward shield. There we go. Turn away, turn away. We took a pretty nasty hit on that one. We lost 7 points of energy on that. But we did knock down a shield, and that's important. We also knocked out most of his phaser 4s. He's down to just 2. He's down to a single Hellbore at this point. That worked out not terribly. We're alive. I mean, that's kind of the key. And as long as I can keep Disruptor Blast going, let's slow way down. I don't need all that speed. And if I can keep a modicum of range, it should be good. Also, as long as I can keep that down shield, or mostly down shield, away from him. Come on, give me a round just to the side once again, and I'll be able to do something. Disruptors, please. That's the one I want. Oh, nice. So that went off relatively well. I'm reasonably pleased with that one. Let's see how much prestige destroying a starbase is worth these days. Only 250, to be fair. It's a battle star, or base star. And yep, it's gone. Oh, the Empire Defense is almost out on that one. Let's go home for just a moment. Supply yard, high. Actually, shipyard. If I wanted a single-tooth lion, how much would you charge me for it? And would it be in 4,500-ish range? Well, it doesn't matter because you don't have anything in that range right now. Alright, supply yard. Patch that. A couple of these, one of these. A few spare parts. And of course, a new pseudo-frigate because Captain Dumb decided that he wanted to go crashing into the enemy. Alright, let's put a little bit more pressure on the little tip, see if we can't steal it away. MET-10 Patrol should be a nice little easy way to round this out. So conquering a starbase, always a great way to rock. Prepare for attack. And hopefully, the new pseudo-frigate crew will have learned from the old pseudo-frigate crew. We have no friends on this mission, only enemies. So let's maximize the speed of time so we can find out exactly what sort of enemies we're getting involved with. It's always important to figure out who the real enemy is. And there's a frigate. Send a probe. Let's find out exactly what kind of frigate. And it does appear like he's all on his lonesome. He is really packed to the gills with fusion cannons. He's packing 4 of them, which is not terrible. Not terrible at all. Let's kick this up, and I say I want power to the expanding sphere generator at all times. Just so we can have something cool going on here. We'll also kick up the forward shield, and if you fire your weapons at maximum range, this should be a relatively easy mission. If you, get super close range to me, then it'll be a much more difficult one. All right, you've got, what, 2 fighters, is that? 3, okay. So let's launch and launch. Get them out and ready to go. Actually, I'm going to order my pseudo-frigates to chase down his fighters. Because if you can nail those, I can focus all my efforts on the LNX. And if I can focus on the LNX, then we can get something done here. So I'd actually prefer it if you went a little bit more around this way. But hey, oh, come on, more speed. I need to get in there. Yeah, I figured you'd do that. Focus all your firepower and try and stay outside of a range of 3 guys. Of course not. Of course they don't actually listen to me. ESG is full power. All additional weapons get ready to nail it. Well, there goes one of my pseudo frigates. The fighters just utterly ended him. But I ended him. So I suppose in a certain way it's fair, but that's probably going to mean that this mission isn't going to make me any actual money. I wanted to get it over quick and easy, and I suppose we did, but a little bit painful. It doesn't feel clean when you do it like that. 258 prestige is actually not terrible. And that'll actually flip the tile to neutral, which will continue to push the enemy back. And that's actually going to do it for today's episode. We have knocked off the tip of the iceberg here. After having taken the planet and their defensive station, we now are poised to rush through in the heart of the juicy center of the Hydran Star Empire. The gates are open, and the hordes must now charge. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.